Hey guys, it's Elisa with Altscene Speaks. I have Aubrey Jane.
Hey.
So you recently just released China Doll.
Yes, I did. It's so exciting.
Tell me a bit about it.
Yeah, it's a really special song to me. I wrote it a couple years ago in the spring. It was like one of those songs that I just like had been feeling a lot of really big emotions, and I feel like I just like uncorked it and it all kind of poured out at once.
I like that. Uncorked it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like the bottle got shaken up and it just popped out. Yeah, and I feel like this new kind of era of collaborative songwriting for me. Like, I wrote the song, but then so much of the production has been a collaboration with me and Teddy, Titsa. And it's been just like such a wonderful and special experience to work with him. I'm happy, like, it's been a long time coming of working on it and figuring out like the best, most distilled version of the song. And it's out now in the world. It's exciting.
In a few words, how would you describe China Doll and like what it's about?
Ooh, in a few words. I'm not good at few words.
As many words as you like.
Okay, perfect. It's about like that feeling that you're putting a lot of effort or care into something, and that same care isn't being reciprocated back. Yeah, it's that kind of like unrequited level of like effort that is just not being matched. If that's like in a relationship or in a friendship.
Yeah. When I was listening, I'm so sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, please.
When I was listening to it, there's a line, and please help me get there, but it's like, you know, I'll put myself up on a shelf.
Yeah, I'll sit here on this shelf and watch you strengthen your collection if you promise that you will not write me off.
Yeah.
So it's like you're clearly not showing me the same level of care or effort that I'm showing you, but I'm just gonna sit here and take it. Like, it's like I just keep putting into this and you're not giving it back.
I think that's what broke my
That's
heart.
what I'm accepting.
I was listening to it on the drive. I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I feel like it's almost like a call out to myself. Like, I'm kind of like, girl, come on.
Like the treatment.
You're letting me, you're letting these people treat you like a China doll.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow. I know exactly how that is. I know how that feels, and I think that's why it really resonated with me. And yeah, you really have to let yourself get to a vulnerable place to be able to talk about it, because I don't know about you, but whenever I recognize that I'm allowing poor treatment and allowing it to have gone on for so long, I start to feel like a lot of internalized shame.
Totally, absolutely. I feel like that's such a big thing, like that second arrow. It's like there's this bad thing that happens to you, and then the way that you treat yourself about whatever is happening is like almost like a second bad thing happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I'm describing
There's
that
the
well,
original
like,
wound, and then there's
and then it's
the,
like you're
oh,
re-wounding yourself, like,
what?
fuck you, you're letting yourself do this, you're letting yourself take it, like all this stuff. It's like all that self-judgment and like guilt that comes along with it.
How do you navigate that feeling and allow yourself to be open and vulnerable to where you're able to like not only like write about it and sing about it, but like, I don't know, like your voice in that song, it gets so like loud and passionate, like you're just like really screaming this thing that you're feeling and that you just went through. And when I experience that kind of shame, I just want to hide it somewhere or like deal with it quietly and behind closed doors where nobody has to see the mess. Where it's like you're kind of doing the opposite, where you're like, I'm putting this in the forefront and almost like letting the light sort of dissolve that shame a bit.
I love that, letting the light dissolve it. I'm definitely like a very public with my emotions. I always kind of have been, and it's not really voluntary. Like, in a lot of ways I think that's good, because it like allows me to be real with myself and allows like my friends and my like loved ones to like understand where I'm coming from. Yeah, like I think like dealing with my emotions in that public way, like it's good in some ways, but then in other ways it's frustrating to not really have control over my vulnerability. Like I'm a crier, and I just like feel things really deeply and I'm really passionate and I really wear my heart on my sleeve.
Yeah.
And like those can be positive qualities, but it also can be really inconvenient. Like you
Yeah.
said, like sometimes I don't, like sometimes I want to deal with it behind closed doors, and that's not always an option for me. It kind of just comes out.
Right.
So, but like you asked about how I can deal with those like hard emotions and turn it into a song. And I feel like turning it into a song is me dealing with it. Like
Yeah.
that's how I can kind of like cope with that shame and guilt, is by turning it into something beautiful, or hopefully beautiful in the end.
I think it's beautiful.
Thank you. But yeah, I feel like turning it into a piece of art, if that's like poetry or an essay or like a drawing or a song, like helps me kind of cope with it, if that makes sense. And helps me like put it down on a page and then look at it and be like, oh, you actually don't need to judge yourself about this, or maybe you're being a little sensitive or a little dramatic, which I tend to be for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was the season when you wrote that song?
I wrote it in May of 2024.
What were some events that were like that stick out to you that was going on around then?
Yeah, I was living on Burdett Street, pretty close to here. Oh, cute. I love it. I was in my junior year at Loyola. I was in like all of these writing classes. I was taking like 6 English classes that semester, something ridiculous, and just like reading and writing all the time, just constantly. And I can be really hard on myself in an academic setting. Especially since like coming back to school, I really love learning. I was an English major and like I love reading and writing and all those things. Like I always really want to like give myself 100% to every single thing, but you can't always do that. And then like trying to do that, trying to like give 100% to all of these classes and all of my friends and social stuff and also music stuff.
You can feel pretty stretched thin.
Oh my God, absolutely. And then like when you're doing all that and then you're giving a lot to these like friendships or relationships in your life and you're not feeling that reciprocation, it's like, how am I stretching myself so thin for all of these things, but they're not feeding me in return.
God.
Like they're not filling me up.
Yeah.
Just emptying me out.
God.
Yeah.
I think you're like one of the realest people that I've talked to about these things. No, you really do.
Yeah.
And it is like you're hitting on so many things, because even like in our creative endeavors, it can sometimes feel like we love this so much, we put so much into it, and sometimes it feels like it cannot give in return.
Totally. And I think like that's the goal, is to have that relationship with your art or your work or whatever it is, or your friends, that you're giving as much as you're receiving. So it's that kind of mutually beneficial, symbiotic relationship. But sometimes the balance is out of whack, you know?
I was just gonna ask, like,
yeah.
how have you found balance? Like,
yeah, I feel like, I mean, trusting myself has been a huge thing, and then like giving myself a little more grace to like let go of things that aren't serving me.
Yeah.
If that's like a job that I really care about but it's becoming too stressful, or like in school it was like, okay, I'm gonna have to choose a few classes that I can give my all to, and then the other ones are gonna have to take a back burner. Or like with friends and relationships, it's like kind of adjusting your expectations for how that person can like feed you, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you have your friends that you trust so much that you want to share your whole soul with, and that just can't be every single person. It doesn't mean that like that person can't be in your life, but not everyone like has the steady hands to hold your heart in them.
That's very true. Or that a person can perhaps carry a piece.
Yeah,
that, you know.
Exactly. But sometimes not the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like that doesn't mean that friendship can't exist for you, but like sometimes you have your friends that you like do art with, and you have your friends that you like share every piece of your life with, and you have your friends you go dancing with, and like all of those are important pieces of the puzzle.
Of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the same can be said for like your hobbies. Like some you're gonna just put a little bit more of yourself into, but there's just not enough room for 100% all the time.
Yeah. And
yeah.
Sometimes you know, I feel like even growing up, you start to realize that that's not very realistic to ask of even the greatest partner, even like your greatest friend. You know, we are really complex people, especially creatives, and so it's kind of hard. It's a tall order to ask a single person to hold the entirety of a person.
Sometimes when you're like, you feel like you're putting all that in and you're not receiving it back, it can feel like, oh, well, like, you're doing this to me, you're not being the best friend and I'm being the best friend or whatever. But sometimes it's like, well, they didn't ask that of you. Like, that's a conversation that I've had with myself many times of like, is me not feeling like some kind of thing is reciprocated really valid, or am I just giving and giving and giving without that necessarily being
asked of you?
It's a lot easier, I think, to just think of yourself as like perpetual victim. It's a category I fall into a lot.
I would never. I think sometimes, or maybe like a martyr. I think that's probably my pitfall. Is more of like a look at all. I guess same thing. Like look at everything that I endured.
Yeah, exactly.
As if like that should, I don't know, mean something.
Yeah, I mean, and it does in some ways. Like, it's important to acknowledge that we've been through a lot, and like those experiences do change us, but it doesn't mean that like there's no nuance there, you know? Like, it's so easy to think of things as black and white, and I so often do. It's all over my music and art, but it's just not a realistic view of how the world works, unfortunately.
I could sit and talk about this for eons.
Yeah,
but
seriously.
What other creative projects do you have cooking up?
Yeah, so China Doll was the first single off of an album that I'm going to be releasing in May. It's called Starshiner. The second single is called Karmic, and that will be out on March 20th. And I just wrapped up filming the music video for that Quinn Young is filming and creating. And that will be out, I haven't decided yet, March 20th or maybe a little sooner, who knows. And then China Doll, also my good friend Anakin Main made a really awesome multimedia project video for China Doll that came out last Friday that you can find on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know, it's been really fun. Like, I've been pouring a lot of myself into this album, and it's been nice to collaborate with some of the really amazing artists that are in my community that like happen to be my good friends but also make incredible art. It's been like a great opportunity. Car backfiring, perhaps.
That's cool. We'll just say that.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, it's been fun to like get to delve into that side of it. I've been working with some of my friends who are writers on like writing pieces about China Doll. I mean, you also. Yay! But yeah, I don't know. I'm very excited for all of the releases and all of the things that are coming up this spring.
I'm really excited too. And when's your next show?
I'm playing on March 10th at OK Bar.
Sweet.
With
I'll be there.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited. Yeah, with Shmoo and Hannah Sandoz, who's touring from Chicago.
Cool.
So, yeah, it'll be fun.
Is there anything else that you would like to
plug? I guess just look out for future releases. I have an email list if anyone wants to join it. I'll tell you all about it. You don't have to rely only on Instagram to hear from me, which is always hard. But yeah, lots of exciting stuff coming up.
Cool. All right, well, thanks for tuning in to Altscene. Aubrey Jane, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.